This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Welcome to this episode of the KJ Arcade. My name is Kevin, and I'm the K.
I'm going to leave off my gray this time. I'm just Jay.
Jay not feeling so gray today.
I mean, it's gray outside. There's enough gray out there. I mean, we don't need it.
That's okay.
See all those little tiny rhymes.
It made me happy. Yeah. So this episode, we're going to be talking about yet another classic game that is very, very dear to my heart, and it is Chrono Trigger.
Yes. Art by the acclamated and acclaimed Akira Toriyama.
Yeah. The artwork was done by same guy who did Dragon Ball Z, and did he do all the other Dragon Balls too? I think he did, right?
Yes. He for the manga, he did all the art for that. Dragon Ball Daima, Dr. Slug, and Aurel. Okay. Yeah.
Well, see, I didn't at the time when this came out. I think I've told this story, but when I was growing up, my grandmother, who was like 50 years old, she was a computer programmer and she loved video games. And as I was growing up, she would play, and we loved RPGs. Like role-playing games were our shit. And Secret of Mana came out right before this. And she would play the hell out of it, and I would sit and watch her all the time. She would get these new games. She'd get like the Final Fantasies and all that stuff, and I would sit and just watch her for hours, like watch her play, and we would talk and whatever. And we played Secret of Mana, and we played Legend of Gaia, and then we knew Chrono Trigger was coming out, and it was by our favorite role-playing RPG people, Squaresoft.
Okay.
Who now is Square Enix. But Squaresoft was known at the time, and even still now, they were known for the role-playing games. Like that was their shtick. They were super good at it. Yeah, Final Fantasy is the shit. Like I don't know. Lately, they've kind of not hit the mark, but Final Fantasy 15 was really good. I like that one.
8, 10, 9 was
Everyone gives 9 shit. It was not that bad.
Look, I think what they were trying to do with 9, where they were like, all right, since Kingdom Hearts came out and it's kind of cutesy and fun, let's try to do the same thing with Final Fantasy. And I was like, no.
But they did. No, they were trying to. They had it in the same art style as their older games, and where it was like more chibi, but it was just like 3D chibi sort of deal. But they were the ones who made fucking Kingdom Hearts too. So like,
I know. I'm like I said, Kingdom Hearts came out, and there was just like, maybe we should kind of incorporate some of that.
It was a good story. People give that game shit. There's no need to give it shit.
It's not that I give it shit. I just, when I look at Final Fantasy, I'm looking at, look at how Sephiroth looks in the cutscenes for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Fucking malevolent as fuck.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm like, every Final Fantasy should go for. Just like desolation, destruction. Your characters look like they're brooding all the time for no fucking reason. Yes, much like Batman. Always brooding.
Everyone, we spend half our time sitting in this big open spot contemplating.
Yes.
And brooding.
Life is so hard.
Life is so hard. It's all pain.
All my loved ones have been murdered. I must get revenge.
Not again. Then I got new loved ones and they were also murdered. Anyway, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 15. Those were all the ones that I enjoyed. Like, I don't do the MMOs. I can't. I refuse to do the MMOs.
No.
I didn't even get into the one with lightning. That one I was told was pretty straightforward, but I never got into that one.
I think I played the first one. I don't think I played the X2 or whatever it was called.
X2, I did try that one. That one I didn't get very far into. Like the system was pretty fun. They had like a dress orb system for fighting,
Hmm.
which I thought was pretty fun, but I never really finished the story. But anyways, we're talking about Chrono Trigger because my point was we were super excited about this coming out, and then before it came out, turned out my grandmother had cancer, and she went downhill pretty fast, and then after it came out, she couldn't play it, so I played it, and she watched me before she passed away.
Role
So
reversal.
yeah. So Chrono Trigger means a lot to me. Like I really like that. Like that's gonna be on the tattoo.
Mm.
It's gonna be there. That's for my grandma because that's what I always think about. That's my jam. That's my jam.
So, tell me more about Chrono Trigger. What kind of system are we talking about?
Chrono Trigger was like they were kind of changing up the RPG system because like in Secret of Mana it was an action thing where you're just running around and attacking, but you had your two teammates behind you, and you would kind of choose like the way that they would help you. Like, oh, this guy's going to be mostly healing, and this one's going to be mostly attacking.
Right.
And so they would do their thing in the background, but you're mostly like you're doing the main attacking stuff. Chrono Trigger had at the time role playing games were that like the good guys are on this side, the bad guys are on this side, and then when it's your turn, you hit the button and they go and they attack and then they come back. And Chrono Trigger was kind of like that in that it had a similar system, but they were also doing it from overhead as opposed to you get into a fight and then it takes you away to a separate little screen where you do the fights at.
Right.
It would do it in the game, and then it also would have positions for your characters where like if they did an attack, it would hit multiple enemies at once, and then also they had like combined moves where they would do moves. You could do like a X slash with you and the other guy who's good with the sword, like, and it would do like a stronger attack. And I don't remember a lot of the super details more than that mostly, but I just remember it was like it was such a fun game and a fun story, and I think I played through it like 2 times. I think I played through it twice.
Okay. Different
But it
difficulties.
was yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like you can pick. They never had like a new game plus of sorts, so I just played through it again, and like I don't know. When I play games where there are multiple characters, I don't really use multiple characters. I'm always like, I'm gonna pick this crew, and this is the crew I'm going to stick with, and they're going to get really, really strong, and everyone else is just going to be on the back burner.
That's fair. I mean, if you had
Yeah.
to spread out all your like stats and stuff between a huge group of people, it's so hard to try to do that, especially if you only have a limited amount of time and resources.
Yeah,
Work.
like here in America, we didn't. I think it was the Final Fantasies came up, and we didn't get Final Fantasy 2.
Mm.
Well, it was 2 over there. We had 2 here. We had 3 here,
Mm-hmm.
but we missed 3 iterations of Final Fantasies. We only got Final Fantasy 2 and 3 on PlayStation, but I think it was like 3 was 6, and I want to say that 2 was 5, but I'm not sure. What?
I said, good grief. Why?
Yeah, 2 was. I still played the other ones because I had some mods and I played the other ones on the
Let
computer.
me just get that emulator out and
Mhm.
fire the
Oh yeah,
sucker up.
oh yeah, all day long. I still have those emulators somewhere.
Mm.
But you would do in 2, and I'm just gonna use the Americanized version because I can't remember that. In Final Fantasy 2, it was you had 5 characters, and the story determined who was in your team.
Okay.
And then in Final Fantasy 3, you had, I think there ended up being like 30 characters in it that you could choose between. And if you can imagine like getting all those fucking characters and like leveling all of them up, nah, fuck that. Fuck that.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I find that hard in just mobile games in general. Like,
Yeah.
get all these heroes. Just so you have them all in your collection, but now you have to equip stuff and get their levels up. Like, bro, that's entirely too much. I
Yeah.
try, but I can't. I usually stick with a basic team, get certain characters up to just a certain level, and then be like, all right, these are the guys that are always in battle. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. You find that good, that, something that it has a good cohesion
Yep.
and they work well together,
Oh
and
yeah.
you're covering all your flaws, and then Dunzaroonie.
All right.
That's
Uh,
it.
as far as story, do you remember much of the story from Chrono Trigger?
The story was mostly I remember he was going through. I mean, obviously it's Chrono,
All right.
so it was
Time.
a time thing. Yeah, yeah. That's why it had like there was a robot that was part of the team. There was also like a frog man. Um, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, they used the same thing kind of like Seven did, where every character. That's when they started using the active time battle
Hmm.
system, where like your line is going up, and when it reaches the end, that's when it's your turn. But everyone has their.
They're on like a, I guess, rest bar.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember exactly what the fucking story was, because I remember it was a time thing and they were going through it. I can't even remember what the final bad guy was. Um, yeah. Okay, so they have 6 playable characters. You're in 1000 AD in an Earth-like place, and yet again, the protagonist doesn't talk.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's yeah, and that's what they do, and then teleporter, what a giant creature, prevent the future destruction of their world, as you do, as you do.
Of course.
And yeah, I'm sorry, I don't remember the details. I'm terrible. I love the game. I really, really do. I just remember running around, active time battle system, fucking up some imps, and doing all the killings.
Yeah.
And they went back and forth through time. That's like I said. That's why there was a robot. That's why they had all the different people, because it was they were in an Earth-like world, and then they just went to different time periods because they had their little time machine by the pretty early on that could take them where they needed to go to follow the story.
Hmm.
And yeah, and the art was really fun, because I remember I was this is back in the day when you would buy games and they would have a booklet inside,
Oh yeah, I
and
remember the booklets.
and you could read all of it, and they had like all the art. I didn't think about, was that at a time? I think high school was when I started watching Dragon Ball Z on Sundays, but this was at a time when like I didn't know who the artist was, but I was like, oh, I love the design of these characters,
Mm-hmm.
because the blonde kind of looks like Bulma now that I look at it.
A lot of his characters are basically drawn the same. Like, all you have to do is just change a hairstyle and maybe some eyebrow. That's it.
Who was what was his? It wasn't his daughter Pan?
Gohan's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, where she had almost like a bowl cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that she looks like Luca. That's like Luca in the game. She's got like a flat black hairstyle, just like Pan. I don't know how I remember fucking Pan of all things.
She was prominent in GT, and she's making a bit more appearance in the Super Series because they follow Gohan. And then the last movie they did was Dragon Ball Superhero. and she
Here,
was heavily featured.
I'm gonna show you this. That's Luca.
Yeah, she is very. I don't know, Bulma, but with the
No,
glasses.
no, that's what I'm saying. The like the haircut.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
haircut is a
it's like yeah. Well, Bulma had a ponytail, and then
yeah. The other one.
she did have the kind of bowlish cut when they went to Namek.
Trying to see. Oh, they got a list of all of them. Yeah, this is the one. Come on, do your zoom in thing.
Zoom in.
Okay.
Enhance.
Enhance. Enhance. Yeah, this is the one that I said looked like Bulma. Marl.
Okay. Oh yeah, with the Majin Buu pants.
Yes, Majin Buu pants, and these two kind of stand out in comparison. But it's like you got your three main characters,
Okay.
which is like the two girls in Chrono, and then all the rest of them you found throughout, the game. But yeah, she does look like she looks exactly like.
Yeah, because you got your main protagonist who looks like a friggin' Saiyan.
Yes.
You've got your Bulma, your little. I guess you technically could call the Frogman Krillin if you really want to.
Yeah, he's a little Krillin-y.
I'm going to assume the girl with the Majin Buu pants probably is going to be main character's Chi-Chi.
Yeah, he's her bestie. They've been besties forever.
Yep, Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
What's marriage, precious? The robot dude does kind of look like Giru from GT, kind of, with the design quality. But like
guess what his name is?
What's his name?
Robo. They weren't getting too creative with this one.
I'm not saying you could have imagined a better name, but might have came in handy.
I mean, guess what the main character's name is?
Krono.
No!
So whose name is Trigger?
Nano.
That's dumb.
And they spelled it different. They spelled it like Krono, even though they titled the game Chrono, like time.
Actual time. But yeah. Chrono also stands for time, since Chronos. Yeah. It all falls into. Yeah.
They fucking with you. They fucking with you. That's it.
It's all about the lettering.
No, but anyways, this is a classic game that I fucking love it, and it has many memories for me. Even though, maybe I'll go back and hate on it for a little bit, or I'll just play through it all again. Maybe I'll stream me playing that game all over again. I'd do it.
Okay.
I need to find me an emulator.
relive some childhood love, man.
It's probably freeware, but I do have an emulator, but it's not for computers. Oh, I wonder if I can hook it up to my computer.
Possibly. Might want to check some stats just to make sure.
It's a USB, so I probably could.
Yeah. Don't see why not.
I'm gonna do it. Anyways, that's all I got for Chrono Trigger. Cool. Where can I find us?
You can find us at the KGNA podcast at gmail.com. You can also find us on all our socials at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, Patreon, where you can find 6 hours of bonus content. We're adding more content now. Look out for our Smash or Pass videos. Pokemon edition.
Do you have anything else you want to Smash or Pass?
We'll get there. We still have so many Pokemon to go through. So many. We've gone through the first 151. I love your descriptions of them. It's the best. Oh, and there are more to come. So many more.
You just have reasoning and explanation for everyone.
Oh, you're goddamn right.
It's the happiest I've ever been. Like laughing till I cry doing that shit.
Yeah, we haven't already posted it. Get ready for that to come sometime this week on our YouTube. First one's free. Everything after that, Patreon only.
Only one of us is coming.
Ew. Don't forget you can always donate to us at buymeacoffee.com/KJNA podcast. Don't forget you can also call us and text us at 858-848-5562. That's KGNA. We are also affiliated with the Pod Nation TV podcast group. So if you want to find our videos on Roku, they will be coming. Also, we're part of the Unfiltered Studios podcast network. Check out everybody in that network. They are amazing. Sleevy G, Mama D, Beebs, Story of, friggin' the Geeky Dad, the Vandalorians, Codswallop. There's so many people. So many different genres of things you can find there. And last but not least, if you know a veteran in need, Game Quarter is here for them. We are all about a little bit of rehabilitation or helping you with your intrusive thoughts. Find us on our Discord, and we will help you through whatever you have going on in your life.
And then if you just want to shoot the shit,
Oh yeah, we're always here for that too. And you just want to play some games, we got you. So, Kevin, anything else?
No, thank you so much for listening. We love you.
Good night, folks.
No.